child arrived just the other day. He came to see me on an East Midlands train. He said, "Me mum says I'm yours, says I've got your face." I said, "You walking already?" He said, "I'm 28. He said, "I want to meet the father that I never knew." He said, "I'd really like to get to know you, maybe have a coffee with you." And a little old woman who lived in a shoe and had a few kids, I thought, what would she do? So I gave my boy some stew without any bread, and then I sent him off to bed. Yeah, I smacked his bum and sent him to bed. My son was still here the following day. I waved the snooker ball and said, "Do you fancy a game? I could teach you to catch." He said, "That's all right." He said, "I'm only off work for a couple of days." And he asked me if I'd ever really thought about him, but I've never really thought about him. So I told him that I thought about him. And the little old woman who lived in a shoe and had a few kids, I thought, what would she do? So I gave my boy some stew without any bread, and then I sent him off to bed. Yeah, I smacked his bum and sent him to bed. Well, true to his word, he was here the next day. He broke my garden gnome with my garden gate. I said, "You've killed Mr. Pickles, have you naught to say?" He shook his head and he sounded dismayed. "What I've thought about is a DNA test for you and me. Can I have a hair sample, please?" And a little old woman who lived in a shoe and had a few kids, I thought, what would she do? So I had a bowl of stew without any bread, and I took myself off to bed. Yeah, I had a little tug in bed. I was pulling up onions the other day. I thought my son hasn't been up since I saw him in May. So I gave him a ring about that game of catch. He sounded very chipper and said, "I'm not coming back." You see, the results came back and I'm not related to you, but it was an experience seeing you. But I'll no longer be seeing you. And as I put down the phone, it occurred to me, he still owed me for that broken gnome. That bastard broke my gnome. And the little old woman who lived in a shoe and had a few kids didn't know what to do. So I left my stew to cool and I went off to the shed to find some super glue instead, to reattach Mr. Pickles' head.